What up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, the channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So on today's episode, I'm going to discuss how you should create a business in order to combat inflation. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing these videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. So let's get into it. So why do I say that creating a business will help combat inflation? It's very simple, people. The United States, America as a whole, is built on capitalism. And if you don't know what capitalism is, do your own research, look up the actual textbook definition, the Webster dictionary definition. But capitalism is essentially a part of society, well, a society where it thrives off of folks owning their own businesses and actually creating their own income. In other words, creating an LLC, creating a business, and then having folks come to you to buy your product. That's what capitalism is. So I said in the previous video before, you need to be a producer and not a consumer. That's the only way you're gonna be able to combat this inflation. At the time of this video, it is August of 2023. And I did see some articles recently where the federal government has actually said to a certain degree, not right out, but in a certain fashion, that there will not be a recession, right? So I know a lot of folks was fearing that after the pandemic because things started becoming real high. Inflation skyrocketed through the roof. Interest rates on homes jumped exponentially, and it's just bad out here for folks, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like American society is going to be separated like the extreme poor and the extreme rich. There's not going to be a middle ground anymore. Folks are just teeter-tottering to one side. And I'm not hoping or wishing that on America because we need to have all three. We just do. I hate to say that we need to have poor people, and I don't want anybody to be poor, right? But a lot of times, let's face it, y'all, being poor, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times it's a choice, right? Meaning that certain things you did in your life put you in a disadvantaged situation to where, as right now, you're not making enough money to sustain yourself, your family, and that really comes with a lot of choices. That really does. So I'm not going to sit and sugarcoat it and say that, that it's just bad luck that you're just poor right now. Nah, man. You made some bad choices, or you made some crazy choices that put you in this situation. 9 times out of 10, it's very rare that I can honestly say that I've seen somebody that's poor just because life just threw them a wrench and they was trying to put a square peg through a circular hole or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And even then, sometimes there may be some circumstances that led up to that was their fault. And of course, being disabled and not having the means to do certain things that could cause somebody to be poor, obviously. Not saving enough money before you retire, and you're in a fixed income, that can make you poor. But also that comes with a choice. You could have made some moves before you retired. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I'm not going to sugarcoat anybody circumstances. To say that you're poor because of this, that, and the third. Yeah, obviously because you made a choice, right? So this video is trying to help you to make a choice whether you want to be poor or wealthy or rich. You know what I'm saying? And I hate this to put it in that terms for like being rich because being rich is very subjective, right? There's many aspects of being rich, or you consider yourself being rich. I don't have to be a millionaire to be rich. You don't have to be a millionaire to be rich, right? Actually, there was a video that I saw recently that somebody even said like $1 million is a new broke. Now, I think I did put a video out that said $100,000 is the new broke, but there was one person that put out $1 million is the new broke. And when you look at inflation and you look at like how much things cost now, I mean, like it's really no joke. Depending on what part of the country you're in, $1 million ain't nothing. Your house could be more than $1 million, depending on where you go at. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you don't buy $1 million house if you don't got the funds to purchase it, obviously, right? But I'm just saying, like, inflation is really becoming out of control now. And the only way that I can see you combating inflation is creating a business and having folks come to you for product. Now, what you make as your business, that's your business, right? I can't suggest what you need to do or need to get into to start a business. That's not my call, right? But I will say the first thing you need to do is consult God first, obviously, right? Figure out what your gift is from God, and then put all your efforts into that gift, and eventually it should help you prosper. You know what I'm saying? I will say that a lot of times in life, your gifts will make you money, but you don't chase money, if that makes any sense, right? I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm just saying that a lot of times with wealthy people, it's really what they did as a gift is what helped them become monetized in that gift, not necessarily chasing money. Now, if you want to chase a bag, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm all for chasing bags and getting money. I'm all about that. But there are also folks out there that don't have that drive. So if you don't have that drive, then just expound on your gift and put some effort into it, and then hopefully through prayer and through motivation and dedication and effort, you can monetize that. But creating an LLC and creating a business is, I'm telling you, man, like, and also let me say this as well. Don't quit your day job after or before you create your business. You know what I'm saying? You can actually create a business while you doing a 9 to 5, right? Don't touch any of that money that's in that business. Stack that bread and invest it. And then eventually you can actually bring yourself out of your pretty particular 9 to 5, and then you can go ahead and expound on that particular business. But in order to do that, you have to be focused, you have to be motivated, dedicated, and you just have to put a lot of effort into it. But this inflation, once again, is getting out of control. It's getting crazy, and you have to have extra income, y'all. And I don't suggest folks doing, a second or third job. Now, if you have to, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do what you got to do. But anything that takes you away from your family more than what a 9 to 5 is not good work balance. You need to have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't think that you're gonna have all this time to create money and then have enough time to nurture your family. You know what I'm saying? And that's just decisions that folks have to make for themselves. They can't make it for you, right? I know for a long time I had a side hustle, trying to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure my work-life balance was good, and I wasn't taking a lot away from my family. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, there were some times where I was working, really late, coming home to going right back out there to make money or whatever. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I will say that the reason why I say I don't suggest a second or third job, because why should you do that when you should just get an LLC and just work for yourself? If I'm gonna be out of the house more than what a 9 to 5 is gonna put me out of the house, then guess what? I wanna work for myself and not somebody else. Why should I intentionally try to have 2 bosses or 3 bosses? That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and pay the money. I think it's like $100, you know what I'm saying, to start your LLC. I know in Virginia it's $100, right? And then you file for your articles of organization, meaning that you're filing with the state that you're creating this particular business. Obviously, create a business name, get a business checking account, savings account, create a website, get a phone number to associate with your business, get a registered agent, as far as like having somebody that's actually overseeing your business. Could be a family member, it could be somebody that you pay on the side to be a registered agent. That's something you have to do in Virginia, right? To have an LLC. There's a plethora of things, but those are the main things you need to do. And then from that point, just go ahead and just start it up and just put your best effort into it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that LLC just sit there, right? Once again, I can't harp on this more than enough. Inflation is crazy. I went to the store the other day, and a 12-pack of soda, right? I went to Publix, right? A 12-pack of canned soda was $13. Now, I remember a while back, you could get 3 of them for $8 from there. $13 for one 6-pack, the 112 pack can of soda. That's crazy. But this inflation is getting out of control, and I encourage everybody to create an LLC and create a business instead of trying to work yourself to death with a second or third job to combat inflation. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can go ahead and do the second or third job, but then create the income to start the business. You can do that, obviously, but don't stay in that rut. You know what I'm saying? Because you need a work-life balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't work yourself to death. I got a family member right now. They literally had a stroke because they was working too hard. You know what I'm saying? They was burning the candle on both ends. And when you do that, it's not healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you got all these people that have businesses that are sitting in a mansion with a cigar in their mouth, right, as a cognac on their glass million table or whatever, and they just sitting back and just you're paying them, you're giving them money because you're buying their product. Doesn't feel right, does it? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, that's really what happens. What happens in those scenarios? You know, so capitalism is what these rich people do to make money. They create businesses, they sell them, like they're selling stock, and they're investing that money back into their assets, and then they're just living off of dividends and living off of the income that's coming in that they're not working for. You know what I'm saying? They created the business, they put the work in to create the business, and then somebody else is paying them. They're buying yachts and going on extravagant vacations and everything, while your average person is working 16-hour days, 7 days a week. What end of the spectrum do you want to be on? Start an LLC and create a business. Start an LLC and create a business. I'm going to say it again for everybody that didn't hear me in the back. Create an LLC and create a business. And I promise you, that will help you combat inflation. Like, comment, and subscribe. I endeavor to keep pushing videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. Finance, Fitness, and Folk. Triple F, I'm gone.